I think I've heard of this one.
Yeah, this was a game that requires you to search through the desert looking for stuff. And I had to rig up my Logitech pad, which resembles a bastard child of a PS2 controller and a Xbox 360 controller. Had to rig it up so that I could use both joysticks at one time.
You be nice to her.
Okay.
You be nice to who? Someone's being forced to be nice.
Yeah, that was my mom. My cat has a tendency to not be nice to me. Yeah. So. Yeah, my mom's weird. I know that.
Why is the game being a douche? Oh, that's right. It was still recognizing certain things. Okay. I'll have to be sure to set it all back once I'm done. Anyway, Riddle the Sphinx. It's a game where you have to... It's a game where you have to essentially solve the riddle.
Super Bro, you know I'm nice. Be quiet. No, I'm kidding.
This is essentially a game where you are, in fact, throwing rocks at everything that moves. It's essentially the Middle Ages version of Half-Life 2. That guy I was just shooting at was a thief, and if he touches you, he takes one of your items away. It's one of the first games I ever knew of that required you to drink at the ponds whenever you had a chance, because otherwise you die of thirst. I did not think that was possible.
No problem, Super Bro. Good night.
Good night, Super Bow. I'm going to have to mute this stream because... Well, not the stream, but the game. Because otherwise you'd be hearing nothing but this. Well, maybe not. Because yeah, a lot of the times you're digging throughout the desert looking for secret items, and this is one of these super items of the game. This is the scepter, which allows you to speed throughout the desert. Just, don't care, don't care, don't care. Fuck you, thief. That kind of thing. Of course, you have to make sure not to touch anybody, otherwise you'll lose your scepter. Now, this is the beginner mode, by the way, which just simply is get from point A to point B. You don't really have to solve any riddles, and it's good to familiarize yourself with the controls. And that was the goddess Isis I just touched, who gives you an important item.
Yay, important items.
Now, this other thing is that it's a goblet, which allows you to constantly drink from it, and you will never get thirsty, ever. Not sure what the crown does, and I think the necklace protects you from all forms of harm.
Okay.
And that's Anubis. I have no idea what the hell he does. I just know that every time you shoot him, you lose health. Okay, evidently all I lost was my shield, which doesn't really help you all that much.
It's not Link's shield in Legend of Zelda.
No, evidently not. And obviously these things are scorpions. One thing I learned the hard way from playing this game is that every time you get hurt and you're not using, if you don't have the scepter or anything to protect you, you get hurt, you're gonna end up slowing down. And whenever you slow down, it makes you easier to kill. This, by the way, is the final goal of the game, the Temple of Ra. Drop off all of your goodies, and there you go, end of game. Now, to go to skill level 2, where you must solve at least one riddle. This is a nice little jug. You drink it and you recover your health. Yay! And that was an herb, which also allows me to recover my health. Why did I suddenly get slow? I don't understand that. Oh, I was getting thirsty, my bad. Not sure what the Ankh is for, but I wound up getting it an awful lot. There's also the scroll, which does something. I don't know what, but it does something. Ah! Accidentally shot Isis. Lost something there. The item highlighted is called the Disc of Ra. Not sure what it does. And I just lost an item. Da fuck.
Hey, Reese, did you hear that Ric Flair's son passed away?
What?
Yeah.
How?
Let's see.
Which one, David or Reed?
Reed.
Oh, he was, Yeah, I remember seeing him on Nitro once. He was the guy who wound up wrestling down Eric Bischoff just to prove that a 13-year-old could do it. So what happened? How did he pass on?
Details are not known yet.
Still sketchy.
Yeah. But it's a shame when you have to bury your own kid.
Yep. It's horrific. Yay, I got fasty thing. Aw. Evidently, ISIS has nothing for me. Okay, eventually I should be hitting up the Sphinx any moment now. And the Sphinx requires me to give it an item. Otherwise, I can't pass. Aha, here you go. And you lose health every time you try to answer the riddle with the incorrect item. So evidently, I have the wrong item. Well, poopy. And that means I have to backtrack. Find out what the hell I missed.
See, gamers, backtracking was not relevant only this gen. It happened in Atari games too.
I warned you that sound was going to get annoying. Ah, something got stolen from me. I think it was a shield. Shit, these guys are like flinging rapid fire at me or something. Okay, I got a key. Is it possible that was what I was missing? I must find out. Nope. And one of the sad parts about this game is that your item could still get taken away and you'd be screwed. All you have to be is just really, really unlucky enough to hit it to run into a thief, especially while backtracking. Okay, something got turned in. Wish I had more things to talk about.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of topics myself.
Okay, I think I've offered enough. I think I have suffered enough. I can only wonder. Is
Yes,
this enough
you've
to...
suffered enough.
I think this is enough to pass the Sphinx. Could be, it should be, it better be.
If it's not, then I'll. It's not a cartridge. I can't do anything with it. Damn it!
Is it the shield? Nope, it's not the shield. Is it the spade? It's not David's spade. What about the jug? No, not the jug. What about the ankh? You're testing me, game. I don't know what I just did, but I am going to take a small break to figure out what the hell am I doing wrong. That sound needs to be shot. I agree.
Reese, the screen went all red and
Yeah,
blue.
I noticed. I did that when I held down Alt to reach for the P to pause it, and this happened. I do not know why. I do not know why. So I'm gonna take a quick look through my stuff and see if I can't find out what the hell am I missing, because something is missing here.
Time-ass, you have no idea.
Let's see, video game info. Had a I have a special folder dedicated to all my walkthroughs and sheets.
Reese, you're a cheater. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes you need to cheat to get through some Atari games, I swear to God.
Okay, I'll be back in a second. I got to talk to somebody.
Okay.
This is gonna be funny as hell. Look, I think it's funny. I should probably give a little bit of backstory. A couple of years ago, I attempted to get my license. I got a learner's permit, and I was brought to this one person named Bud Anderson. I think that's his name. I have no problem bringing up his name now because, well, it's in the news. He is now a public figure. He had this driving school underneath the church. I don't know why I feel the need to bring that part up, but it was underneath the church. And he didn't get me to a point where I could get my license. He didn't really teach a whole lot of
driving skills.
Definitely that driving skills. It got to the point where Dad got really fed up and pulled me out because evidently he wasn't teaching me anything worthwhile. There was also a condition where evidently you lose track of yourself and you wind up making jittery movements, and evidently I came up with a better word than he could. I called it panic mode, and the fact that he didn't know a good term to call it, it threw up a red flag for me. Okay, The next voice you're about to hear is my mom, who is right next to me. What happened to this guy?
Okay,
Let me point the mic up a bit.
today he encouraged a 16-year-old girl to go into a grassy area of the University of Charleston to do donuts in the field.
To do donuts? Now, obviously, it's a racing term where you're driving around where you're driving in circles.
Right.
Okay, what happened there?
Well, because they were on private property doing donuts in the grass and tearing the grass all up, the police were called and he was arrested and taken into custody for the delinquency of a minor and destroying private property. So,
So how long was he sentenced? Do you have any idea?
no, because he hasn't been taken before a judge yet. He's just in there for the night, as far as I know.
But he was found guilty.
They have it in movie mode.
Did I turn off the mic? Oh shit.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Anyway, in the 10 seconds I was looking for the cheats, I couldn't find any cheats, but I did find the manual. Travel back to ancient Egypt. Pharaoh's kingdom languishes under a vile curse. His son, Egypt's heir, travels across the Valley of the Kings. To lift the curse, he must reach the Temple of Ra with priceless treasure. He must solve the riddle of the Sphinx. He belches and barters with nomad traders. Some give him gifts and artifacts useful to him on his journey. Some steal. Armed with only a sling and rocks, the son of Egypt combats marauding thieves and deadly scorpions. His trials earn him inner strength. Am I reading the Bible or what? Oases refresh his thirst. I didn't know you could pluralize an oasis. Time heals his wounds. Approaching sacred monuments, pyramids, the temples of Isis and Anubis, the inscrutable Sphinx, Pharaoh's prince seeks to make the correct offering. If he fails to do so, he may not be able to move further or receive priceless objects in exchange. If he pleases the gods, his inner strength points grow greater, and his store of treasures increases. He advances toward the Temple of Ra, the source of light and life. Once there, he hopes to possess the treasure that will open the temple to him, liberating Egypt of Anubis' fierce curse. These things weigh on the young prince. He reviews his purpose, to lift the curse and prove himself a worthy successor to Pharaoh. He must gain as many inner strength points as possible, complete his quest as rapidly as he can, collect all the treasures he can find, reach the Temple of Ra. The son of Pharaoh girds his loins. Girds his loins? Okay. He prepares to confront his fate on the timeless sands that are Egypt. Okie dokie, Note: black and white color lever does not affect the color display on your television set. To see how much time has elapsed during a game, set black-white color lever to color. Set right difficulty lever to position A to... Oh, that's how to see how much time has elapsed. To find out Prince's inner strength score, set black-white color lever to color. Set right difficulty lever to position B. To find out Prince's wound and thirst scores, set black-white color lever to black-white. My God, this is a role-playing game.
Reese, I thought RPGs were on the list of undesirables.
It is. I just realized it. But it doesn't feel like an RPG, does it?
No.
No, when you first pop it in, it feels like an action game. An action game with a set of weird items at the bottom.
Reese, out of curiosity, where do you get your video game manuals from? Because they look like just scans of
They do look like scans. I got it from a package of a zip not a Ziploc package, a zip file containing nothing but manuals. Why can't I talk? My talker is not working. The evil god Anubis. The merest touch results in a wound. Anubis touches Prince. Prince loses 20 inner strength points. He receives 3 wounds. The son of Pharaoh must be careful not to hurl rocks at Isis or Anubis. This act constitutes excessive pride, and his inner strength score suffers for it. Prince strikes Isis or Anubis with a rock. He loses 77 inner strength points. What does Isis do? Prince also meets and avoids to Isis, goddess of fertility and motherhood, seeks to comfort the prince by quenching his thirst and healing his wounds. She sometimes bestows precious treasures on the young son of Pharaoh. To meet Isis, Prince approaches from below, kisses her feet to show his grateful respect. When he succeeds in pleasing Isis, and this is not always the case, a bell sounds. The prince's wounds are healed. His quenched thirst, when he pleases her and he is not wounded or thirsty, she might then bequeath him a gift. Okay, so here's the items of the game. Shield protects the prince from a thief's rocks. After absorbing several hits, the shield disappears. Staff. Though Traveler's common support, this staff retains magical powers. The prince tries always to keep it from being stolen once he finds it. Jug quenches thirst. Press red button on the right joystick for refreshment. Jug is used and disappears. Herb. An herb with uncanny healing properties. The tennis leaf heals all wounds, however serious. Press red button on right joystick and tennis leaf heals prince and disappears. And the spade, it lets you dig. The disc of Ra heals wounds. When used, it is not consumed. It can be stolen. Goblet quenches thirst. Though it cannot be consumed, it can be stolen. Necklace shields prince from rocks and scorpions. It cannot be consumed, but can be stolen. Scepter acts as a chariot in speeding Pharaoh's prince on his way. With it, neither thirst nor wounds can slow the son of Egypt. He can hold the scepter indefinitely, unless it is stolen. Mysterious treasures and artifacts. Still other treasures appear. Their specific uses remain unclear, though they appear to be valuable. These the wise prince of Egypt decides to save, hoping to offer them at sacred monuments and temples in exchange for passage for other infinitely more valuable gifts. The journey continues. Despite setbacks, the young prince perseveres. So much to remember, so many things to do, but he is strong and growing stronger. All Egypt looks to him for relief from Anubis' curse. He must solve the riddle of the Sphinx. He must reach the Temple of Ra. Before leaving his father's place on the Nile, Pharaoh's prince received advice from the royal astrologer. The astrologer instructed the prince concerning ceremonious things. Son of Pharaoh, avoid youthful folly. Make offerings at sacred places, pyramids, the Phoenix, the temples of Isis and Anubis, the Sphinx, and the Temple of Ra. When making an offering, cover offering with black box before reaching a sacred monument or temple. Approach reverently from below. Touch the bottom center of each sacred place. Present an incorrect offering, the prince loses 20 inner strength points. Present correct, receives 500 inner strength points. The offering will disappear. Often a worthier treasure appears in place of the offering. Ah, so that's what these places are. Pyramids. Rare gifts await he who unlocks the age-old mystery of the pyramids. Phoenix, the firebird, newly risen from its ancient ashes, can provide you with a key to the riddle you seek to solve. You will know what gift to offer if you unroll and read the writing on your heart. Eh?
This sounds like some philosophical shit.
It does. Temple of Isis. Gentle Isis, goddess of all that is good, her temple in the desert is as a precious jewel in Egypt's crown. Offer her a gift worthy of an empress. Aha, that's what that crown was for. Okay. Temple of Anubis. Temple like a tomb, vaulted home of death. You will find its key. You will have found its key in the circle that does not end, the sign of life's eternal rebirth. I don't know. I figure that's what the Ankh was for. Sphinx, inscrutable marvel. Find the offering it seeks and you will have solved its riddle. A bird can fly over, a scarab crawl past, or a lion stalk by. Son of Egypt, turn to these. It is written as on stone. And evidently you have to reach the Temple of Ra, and before you can finish the game, at least on the third difficulty, you have to offer 3 treasures to the Temple of Ra.
Okay then.
Pharaoh's astrologer has written, Ra has all. What need has Ra of wealth? Offer instead that which stands yet cannot stand. That which journeys far yet has no legs. That companion you rely and lean upon, yet never think to call friend. Yeah. Sounds like that staff has a meaning. There we go. And I'll be back again. Hang on. Alright, I found it. Alright. Evidently, the game had trouble running to begin with. But I do know how to finish it now.
Yay!
As for why it's deciding to not run it, that's troublesome. Okay, we have a working game. Excellent. Start on skill level 2. What I have to do is first I have to go and get that key from the Temple of Isis, and to do that I have to get a crown. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention. Sometimes the nomads, they'll take shit from you because they're assholes. Oh, that's nice. She decided to give me a crown, which is exactly what I needed. Yay, I is no longer thirsty.
Hey Reese,
Hey, Jerry.
is a Super Nintendo in the box worth $100?
In the box, I would figure it's probably worth more, but that's just me.
If I had the money, I'd probably get it. Damn you, tempting
Try to get one that's not in the box. As long as it's working.
Yeah, I saw one that had 2 controllers with it, but it didn't have a video or a power cable, and I do not want to track those down separately. Too time consuming.
Ah! You took shit away from me. Why? Why must you be a prick? I mean, granted, it was only a shield, but still. And it looks like my scepter was taken. And evidently they just grabbed it and threw it away. Did not care what they were doing with it. Okay. Offer the crown, get the key. Get another digging tool. I have to save that crown because I need it again. Now I have to go back one more time. Oh, thank you. Now I have to go back to the temple one last time and get one more key. Alright. Now to speed on off to the Sphinx. Ah, you took me scepter. Why would you do that?
Because it wants to be a dick.
Sounds like.
Reese, I'll be right back.
Oh no, you're gonna miss the epic moment. Yet let me pass. So there's only one way in, and I need the staff. Evidently, I've reached the end of the road, so I have to start backtracking. And I'm going to mute the Atari because fuck that noise. Evidently, the staff is a very rare item. Because I'm still digging and digging and digging and looking for this thing. For God's sakes, where the fuck is that thing? I fucking knew it. Started looking around after I gave up the crown and it found me another crown. What the hell? Well, at least we found the origin for item farming. Maybe I'm missing something. Folks, if you're bored watching this, I apologize. I thought that this would be quicker, even with a cheat guide. Turns out this is just like Final Fantasy XI, where you're grinding for an item and you're not finding it once. Would not surprise me if gold farmers already claimed the staff. Oh, that's nice. At least it offered up the goblet. I thought that's going to let me finish the game, but it'd be nice to know. How the bloody hell do you get the staff anyway? Oh boy. Looked under frequently asked questions. This is the first question asked. Where's the fucking staff? Okay, if you don't want to know, stop reading right now. Otherwise, do the following. When the game begins, immediately move down till you can't go any further. You should see an oasis nearby. Drink from it and you'll get a staff. That's it.
Alrighty, I'm back, Reese. What did I miss?
Some swearing.
Oh, so not much.
No, not really. I found out how to get the staff. I have to go all the way back to the beginning of the game.
What a dick move.
It is a dick move. I mean, I'm very close to blaming Atari for it, but it's not really Atari's fault.
Well, it was made on their platform right shot. What I meant by that is that Atari should have controlled their games better on their platforms, but they didn't.
Well, the only reason why they couldn't is because they stopped. Well, they didn't really pay Activision any money for the games they were making. Activision was just being given a usual salary, and they decided, fuck that, and they broke away from Atari. I mean, that's the only reason why we have third parties.
Activision, you may suck now, but back in the Atari days, you were the shit.
See, what just happened there was I had to go past the beginning of the game. You have to go back from the beginning of the game to an oasis and drink from it. That's how you get the staff. That's the only way you can get this thing.
That's stupid. I mean, I've heard some horrible backtracking over the years, but that's dumb.
Now here's the question. Would this be the original dick move?
Maybe. So this basically cements that Activision was a dick before they started being a dick today.
I was only using Activision as an example. This is another third party called Imagic.
Oh.
Or if you
well, they're dicks too.
Or if you're looking for another way to pronounce it, Imagic. Yeah, just take the word magic and put an I in front of it. iMagic. There we go.
That's next Apple product.
The iMagic Act. But yeah, that's the second skill level for the Riddle of the Sphinx game. And guess what?
What?
There's a third and final skill level.
Oh man. No.
Do you remember all those?
No.
Do you remember all of those monuments we passed along the way?
You've now got to go back to them?
You have to offer something to each and every one of them, otherwise you can't pass any of them.
Why you hate us, Magic?
That's a very good question. Why do they hate us? do? The goddess Isis has provided me with a lovely crown. Now I'm going to stall a little bit until I get a little bit thirsty, and then walk up to her feet. Hopefully she'll give me something nice. Maybe she'll let me speed through the game. Or just stand there like a whore. Yeah. She decided to be a whore. A hula. I guess that's a useful item. The Disc of Ra. It protects me from. Well, it doesn't really protect me. It just heals my wounds whenever the hell I want to.
Mm.
And to be fair, do I really need a shield?
Probably not.
It's usually the first thing the thieves go after is a shield. Okay, we got the necklace. That thing will protect me from damage. It's nice to know. Unfortunately, I can't use it at the same time I'm using the spade, which is a problem. But now we're back at the problem, which is that you have to offer something to every little monument here, and the Phoenix is no exception. It wants something. It wants the leaf to be able to pass. It wants the herb. Oh, cool! I got the scepter. That's nice. So now I have a key, which is awesome. Oh, this is a sad state of affairs. I can't pass. Why not? Oh, it wants the water. Okay. I got a crown. I can save that for later. Because I'm going to need all three treasures? Treasures. No, tablets. Because evidently that is the riddle of the Sphinx. It wants one of the three treasures and it's randomized every time. Zoom, zoom, zoom! Oh, fine. Take away my shield. I didn't need it. Alright, all that's...
Dumbass.
What
Looks
am I
like the guys
missing?
in the red shorts have boners.
Are you talking about these guys? The nomads? Yeah, those are the guys who are always carrying random items. In a weird way, they kind of do. Why would they have boners? It's the desert. There's no women. What the fuck? Okay, Temple of Anubis. What does he want? Are you fucking kidding me? The temple wants the shield. Okay, fine.
Hello, Batonzi.
Batonzi! How's it going, sir?
Now I can't talk.
Has this game ruined your linguistic skills?
Well, that and just all of the Atari derp.
Alright, which statue was this thing wanted? Oh, it wanted that one. Excellent. And she gave me another crown. That's fantastical. I have passed the Sphinx. I have overcome all the challenges. Now it is time for the grand finale. Epic! Oh, fuck this game. It does hurt passing a Sphinx. It also hurts passing an Anubis. But yeah, that was Riddle the Sphinx, probably the first role-playing game, and definitely the first game to ever offer a dick move in a video game. Because seriously, who would ever think to backtrack from the start and drink from an oasis behind you to get the one item you would need to beat the game? Who would ever think that? And now I'm curious. Do I still have the folder open? Yes, I do. I still have the folder open. Hang on. Riddle the Sphinx. Okay, the game variations. Game 1, Son of Egypt tries to get through Pharaoh's kingdom as quickly as he can, holding as much treasure as he finds. Game 2, Sphinx won't let the prince pass. Prince must make the correct offering worth 500 strength. Blah, blah, blah. Game 3, Supreme Challenge. Must make 2 offerings at each of these sacred places: Sphinx, Temple of Isis, Temple of Anubis. Actually, I only had to offer 1 thing at the Temple of Anubis. Tips to the Wise Wanderer. Okay, here's the tips. Keep track of which treasures are appropriate offerings. Well, when the prince reaches a sacred monument, you'll want to make sure he defeats any thieves in the area. Okay, that's obvious. Study the astrologer's messages. They can lead the prince to making correct offerings. When backtracking across the Valley of the Kings, the prince may want to keep to the extreme right, left, or right. The prince will then be surprised less often by thieves, scorpions, and the vile god Anubis. The prince will want to become familiar with his entire kingdom. He will want to visit every area and explore even the most mundane locale. That might be the rub right there. Want to explore every area, even the most mundane. That must mean look everywhere. Still doesn't give a hint to the fact that you have to backtrack to drink from a fountain just to get the staff, which is what you need to beat the game.